Resident Evil has a long history of experimentation, whether it's action-packed mercenaries modes, We Like Gun games, or the episodic Revelations 2. One of the most fondly remembered was Resident Evil Outbreak in 2003, which brought an entirely new perspective to the franchise thanks to its forward-looking online gameplay. Since then, multiplayer has become a noteworthy ingredient in subsequent spin-offs and mainline titles. Now bundled together with the remake of Resident Evil 3, Resident Evil Resistance looks to capitalize on the franchise's trademark bioweapons with menacing 4-on-1 multiplayer. The story of Resistance isn't canon by any means, but there's still some context for the proceedings. Oswald Spencer is intrigued by Alex Wesker's recent reports of a virus mutation that grants superhuman abilities without physiological side effects, and he seeks to verify these findings by abducting residents of Raccoon City and subjecting them to sadistic experiments. Conducting shadowy research at the expense of human life aligns well with the overall themes of the series, and without being tied to prior events, there's plenty of room for fan-favorite characters to join the roster. Each match pits 4 survivors against 1 mastermind in 3 time-based rounds. The mastermind places traps, directs enemies, and even assumes direct control over particular monstrosities from time to time. While the mastermind controls the cameras and plots their moves, the survivors have to work through different objectives as if they're in an escape room. Round 1 tasks them with finding 3 hidden puzzle pieces. Round 2 requires the survivors to eliminate a zombie holding a keycard, which is then used to activate 3 security terminals. And in the final round, they have to destroy 3 biocores before making a last stand through 1 final wave. The objectives aren't the most interesting, but they do encourage teamwork. The mastermind can choose where the objectives are placed, but inadequate variety makes each match feel routine. It also makes it easy for the survivors to get comfortable, as it's easy to learn what to do in every match, taking away the essential fear of unpredictability. Working as a team is still necessary if you want to win. Performing successful actions like killing enemies, reviving allies, or completing objectives adds time to the clock, but getting attacked or killed deducts time. Each of the 6 survivors has various perks and skills they can use to fight back against the mastermind. Valerie is the resident medic and can deploy a modified first aid spray to heal and revive allies. Tyrone can briefly buff a teammate's defenses, while January can trigger an EMP to disrupt cameras. Their abilities complement each other well, and anytime you're separated, the absence is felt. Lone wolves can typically handle inexperienced masterminds, but getting caught by yourself is an easy way to get picked off by a more competent player.
Okay. I do not count the deaths anymore, but then I never did.
Playing as the survivors is hit or miss, primarily because the online service is in a miserable state, with frequent lag and network issues. It can take a few seconds for damage to register after shooting enemies, creating bumpy combat situations where you don't always feel in control. Unlike Resident Evil 3, Resistance does feature melee weapons, and their addition provides a nice contrast as you frantically bash some of the series' most iconic creatures to bits. With friends by your side, there's an enjoyable premise here that's unlike anything else in the franchise. If you can handle the long queue times and inconsistent matchmaking, playing as the iconic masterminds is undoubtedly the highlight of Resident Evil Resistance. There are currently 4 villains, each with their own strengths and abilities that can be equipped as part of their loadouts. Annette Birkin excels at spawning and buffing creatures, while Alex Wesker prefers traps and infection. In addition to each of their ultimate skills and perks, their customizable deck contains creatures, traps, and support cards. Each card costs a corresponding amount of energy, which slowly regenerates during the match, leading to strategic decisions that can impact the game in small but meaningful ways. Deciding whether to play a few trap cards or hold out for a powerful licker is always a fun dilemma.
A trained chimpanzee could have achieved that.
The 2 most important techniques the mastermind needs to learn are interacting with the environment and taking direct control of zombies. Turning off the lights and locking doors disorients the survivors and can buy you some time as they attempt to break them open. Your gut instinct may be to deploy as many creatures and traps as possible, but playing as the mastermind is more about smart tactics than brute force. Spawning a ton of creatures that can be easily destroyed will reward the survivors with a large sum of time, but controlling a zombie and landing a successful bite can give the mastermind the advantage. Quick, tactical decisions like these are when Resistance is at its best. Locking the door behind an unsuspecting survivor and controlling a zombie to rip a chunk out of their flesh feels earned and rewarding.
He feels no pain. The perfect machine for this endeavor.
Each mastermind also has an ultimate skill. Annette Birkin can summon her husband, William. Newcomer Daniel Fabron can call for Mr. X. Alex Wesker can sprout the plant Yataveo. And Oswald Spencer uses a laser grid straight from the Resident Evil film. The laser sounds cooler than it is, but controlling the other three's bioweapons should satisfy Resident Evil fans. Crushing a survivor's skull as William Birkin, as his wife cheers you on, is comfortably disturbing.
William, we must put an end to this terrible chapter.
Despite the potential of the game's setup as it stands now, the balancing needs work. Matches are inconsistent, with like-minded survivors capable of utterly destroying masterminds, or a group of lone wolves getting torn to shreds in minutes. With only 4 maps at launch and the same objectives every round, matches have already become methodically similar. Little things like not being able to lock a door if a survivor is standing in the doorway can be annoyingly exploited and sap the fun from competitive encounters. Umbrella credits are also far too common. Gathering these credits through matches and using them to purchase weapons, health, and ammo ensures the teams are always armed to the teeth.
You may be slightly nearer to freedom, but I will not, cannot let you reach it.
Further contributing to these problems are loot boxes, which can be purchased using RP that players receive after each match. Some of these boxes contain cosmetics, but the equipment boxes include essential bonuses for survivors and masterminds, like increasing damage, health, and defense. There are also RP boosters that can be purchased for real money, making this process notably faster. Most of what's available can be unlocked in about a week, so many of these complaints apply to less active players, but buying quick access to higher-level equipment still brings a noticeable advantage. Different playlists to separate casual matches from ranked play would also help alleviate some friction.
This is my domain. I control where you can or can't go. Now run through this maze for me.
Resident Evil Resistance is wildly inconsistent. There are great ideas buried underneath abysmal balancing, annoying technical issues, and matchmaking woes. Playing as series icons like William Birkin and Mr. X is an appreciated novelty, but the routine objectives make playing as the survivors tiresome. With enough love and care, hopefully Resistance's better ideas can rise to the surface. But right now, there's still a lot of work to be done.
Hurry, the end is near. Haste fills your blood with such promising molecules. Even the perfect seed cast onto stone will never grow, and so too my beautiful research. I knew you would never escape, but I confess I am somewhat surprised you survived so long.
Easy Allies reviews are made possible by generous viewers just like you. If you like what you see, check out patreon.com/easyallies to help us make more. For just $1 a month, you can gain access to weekly updates, spoiler discussions, and exclusive shows.